And today we end in Europe. Tourist hotspots in northern Italy, including Tuscany, have been hit by flooding after hours of relentless rain. Entire towns have been swallowed by water after more than 10 inches of rain fell in just 24 hours. Homes, roads and farms are now under several feet of mud and debris. And rescue teams say they are stretched thin as they search for people who are still missing. Now let's take a look at what's happening. Aerial footage shows whole neighbourhoods underwater, with several streets now looking like rivers. Firefighters say they have carried out dozens of rescue operations throughout the night, mainly in the Udine region, where families have been pulled out of submerged houses. In fact, special units had to be deployed from nearby regions because the scale of the flooding was far bigger than expected. However, the situation turned even more dangerous when a cliff collapsed after the heavy rain near the northern town of Gorizia. A landslide ripped through a cluster of homes, sweeping one house away completely and crushing two others. Officials confirmed a young boy and an elderly woman still remain missing, while one survivor was pulled out alive from the rubble of the collapsed home. Rescue crews now face two emergencies at once: rising floodwater and unstable terrain. Helicopter crews have been scanning flooded villages from above, while boats and inflatable rafts are moving slowly through flooded streets. In fact, in one village, floodwater spilled over from a nearby river, tearing the area and sweeping cars and furniture with it. Schools have been shut, farmlands are ravaged, and authorities fear more rain could trigger fresh landslides. As a result, 6 regions in northern Italy have been placed under weather warning. Meanwhile, firefighters are racing against the time as they continue searching for those 2 missing people. Authorities say the danger hasn't passed yet, and more rain could only make it harder for rescue teams already working around the clock. For now, large parts of northern Italy still remain underwater. Families who lost everything are waiting to see what's left of their homes when their floodwater finally begins to retreat. We'll keep tracking the situation and bring you updates as they come in.
They promised glory. They delivered fear. They shaped nations. They scarred generations. From brutal purges to propaganda machines, from stolen power to violent falls from the throne. Welcome to The Dictator, a series that strips away the myth and then exposes the men behind the tyranny. History remembers their power. Firstpost reveals their truth.